as we go to take a look at Troy Dolanchik lined up, Jason Kutsia ready to go, and away they go. A little bit of a slow pull-off as they make their way into turn one, but take a look, Troy going and running away, Jason Kutsia getting caught out, Yuri Swart trying to get around him as they march their way through. John Henry Vaughan also trying to get involved in the battle, and you can see Jason Kutsia now trying to go on the defense as he is getting chased down by the likes of John Henry and Quinton Lobisher, and Lucas Sturman also getting into the fight there. Yuri Swart now having to go and defend against the likes of Jason Kutsia, but Jason gets by a little bit of bumping and barging as all these guys are trying to push one another to the limit. Lucas Sturman now moving up through the field. He's keeping an eye on the likes of John at the moment. Yuri Swart's going to open up a bit of a gap and take a look at Quinton from far back. Oh, contact. Quinton unfortunately going and causing a bit of an accident there. You definitely have some tennis balls. You have to say it correctly there. But it is absolutely amazing where the guys are really putting in the extra work. Yuri Swart pulling a beautiful maneuver on Jason. Jason losing a bit of drive. John Henry Vaughan, though, despite having that contact earlier, now into this fight, he's really focusing on putting enough pressure onto the back of Jason Kutsia, hoping to force Jason into a mistake. Quinton, Chase Herald, Andrew Thomas, and Jude Swart also in a battle of their own as they're trying to close down. And honestly, this has turned into second, third, and fourth having their little battle. Fifth, sixth, and seventh also trying to close down on it. And you can see a bit of contact.
Ooh, contact there.
Jude Swart managing to swing by. It looks like Andrew Thomas going and getting the short end of that stick. And it's allowed Mahir Wayab to get by. Chase Herald comes to a very slow go by. Mahir going past as they head up the hill. Mahir going on the outside, bit of contact between the two. Oh, bit of bumping and barging there, but the drivers all working hard. Mahir trying to undercut Chase Herald.
No, Chase spun out.
Jude Stewart going and losing out a bit of drive there. Mahir Wayab absolutely textbook around them.
As we watch John Henry Vaughan and Quinton Lobisher battle it out. I mean, Quinton Lobisher running wide and spinning out. And that's the danger, Stephen, of just pushing that little bit too hard.
Getting a little bit too close. And now as they start making their way through the back markers, this is where it's going to get very, very interesting. Likes of Jason Kutsia trying to get past, dives up on the inside. John Henry Vaughan trying to get a little bit closer. And as they battle their way through, and you can see John up on the inside, doesn't give Jason any room to go and turn in onto that apex. Melvin Trollope trying to get off the line a little bit quicker. Jude going to the middle of the circuit, hoping to go and hold out. Quinton Lobisher getting a very good start there as they power their way through. Andrew Thomas also getting a bit of a drive. Mahir Wayab a little bit further up the field, now chasing after John Henry Vaughan, hoping to get a little bit closer to the likes of it. Troy Dolanchik not pulling away as quickly as he did. The guys managed to dial in the carts a little bit more. Yuri Swart now getting onto the back of him and hoping to go and give him a run for his money.
As Yuri Swart follows Troy around very closely, they've opened up a little bit of a gap to John Henry Vaughan and Jason Kutsia.
Well, that's it. But first and second in their own little tussle. You got third and fourth going and duking it out, and that's John Henry Vaughan and Jason Kutsia. Jason up on the inside. John Henry trying to make up a bit of ground a little bit further back. We've got Mahir Wayab just keeping ahead of Andrew Thomas, and here we go. A little bit of a loss of drive for William Marshall. Jude Swart capitalizing on it. Quinton Lobisher and Lucas Sturman all getting into a monster fight between one another, and Jude getting a little bit pushed out wide by William Marshall. Quinton going and landing on the dirt as he tries to take avoidance onto it. But the guys really having to work hard here. Andrew Thomas trying to make up a bit of time to everyone else. But what a turn of events. This is what's great to see. Likes of Troy Dolanchik, Yuri Swart going and slugging it out, and Yuri really trying to get a little bit closer. Tries to look for that inside line, but Troy just keeping it nice and clean as he powers his way through. Now, that's it. And with karting, this is grassroots. If you want to go and become a Formula 1 driver, if you want to go and climb your way through the ladder in any form of motorsport, you start out in karting. You can go and ask any one of these fantastic drivers, and you've got guys like the Troy Dolanchik, the Yuri Swart, the likes of Andrew Thomas, all that have been racing for years in different classes, going and having a bit of fun. They all started out in karting as kids, and worked their way through with some phenomenal racing, learning the basics of everything to eventually become the champions that they are. And this is the whole thing about it. And if you guys are really interested of joining, and I've really actually employed people to do this, come and join in with the OKLA League. Go and be a part of the Online Karting League Africa, especially with the South African circuits being laser scanned, being put into a sim to go and have a bit of fun, and also for karting to get a little bit of love. It really shows how much sim racing has grown and where it's actually going. You can go from your grassroots up to your GTs, but to have South African circuits made by South Africans in sims like these, you feel a sense of pride.
It's special. I mean, it's not like most of the other sims out there where you race all the international tracks. I mean, this is local. It's our tracks, and it's done by, as you said, South Africans.
And South African sim racers. So it's not just built by someone in an office. I'm just going to put that one out there. As the guys really battle their way through, Jens Bommers now has to keep his eyes behind him as this little tussle is going to get very, very close, and looks like it's going to catch him through the S's. You could see how Marshall's trying to line up that inside line, hooks a curb, bounces up. Jens Bommers gets out the way. Quinton tries to go up on the inside, hoping to get a little bit of a drive late on the brakes, and oh, massive contact, and that's kind of sent both of them into the wall for their racing, and stretching that gap away from second place. It got a little bit of momentum, but Yuri's not going to give up right until the line. But it looks like Troy Dolanchik going to be crossing the line ahead of the field, so finishing up in first place, 2 for 2. Going to be happy with that. Yuri Swart in second, going to be very happy with that result. John Henry Vaughan in third place.